Hey everyone, Mr. DVB here. So last night the final trailer as well as the tickets and the poster were revealed and released for the Rise of Skywalker. So I'm going to basically be doing what I did with the last two trailers where I go over them, analyze them, look for any things, and just try to come up with some theories or whatever, because that's my favorite thing to do. Right here is the poster if you guys haven't seen it yet. Love this poster. Definitely going to want to get this and hang it up in my room. The light side's very prominent in this. I'd say it's about 60 or 70% light side, and then you just get Kylo's helmet here. I kind of wish there was like the Knights of Ren or the Sith Troopers in this poster, but I really don't think either of those two groups are going to be very prominent in the movie. I think they're kind of just like there as the Praetorian Guards or whatever. Where Star Wars likes to do that. They like to hype up like these new groups of characters that really won't affect anything besides look cool and sell toys. But yeah, awesome poster in my opinion. Alright, so yeah, let's just go over this. So we open up with Rey training for the very first time in this trilogy. There's that helmet that Luke wore in A New Hope. I don't know if it's the exact same one, but like the same type of thing with the blast shield where you deflect the lasers coming from the little droids, which we can see right here. So she deflects one.
It's an instinct.
Finn's talking about something being an instinct. We get her jumping right here. So as far as what planet this is, it's either going to be a new one or it's going to be Yavin. I don't think this is like, Endor or anything like that. It just doesn't have the same forest look. It has more, because Endor's a forest, this is more of a jungle. So I imagine that this is probably Yavin, although Yavin is kind of a forest in a way as well. I don't know. So maybe it's a new planet. It looks really cool though. Like, if it was a new planet, I wouldn't be annoyed. I know some people are kind of annoyed with the new planets in this trilogy. I was annoyed by Jakku, in particular, because they've done so many planets at this point that are based on environmental things, such as, oh, this is a snow planet, this is a lava planet, this is a sand planet, that they've kind of run out of, things like that to really do. That's why I liked Crate, was because it was like all crystals and red dirt that was revealed when it was shot at and the salt moved away. I thought it was a cool idea for a planet, but a lot of people just said it was ripping off of Hoth. But whatever. I think it was a cool idea for a planet. But yeah, so anyways, we get the shot of her jumping, then it cuts to this shot of her doing the same thing. I originally thought this was her training, or this was like a memory of hers and she was kind of just walking through her memory, like quite literally, because I know that's something that was in like some game or something where Jedi were just like thinking about their memories and they could walk through it. But I don't think it is anymore. I think this is the second Death Star, because there is a TIE fighter right here that looks like it's from the Empire era, not from the First Order era. So yeah, I imagine this is her on the second Death Star when she's climbing it, which is pretty cool. I like the idea of the wreckage of the second Death Star. And just for more support of that, she's covered in water here. She's wet, which I imagine is just her after she emerges from the water and climbs this place. So pretty cool in my opinion, like the idea of her going out on her own and climbing this place.
Feeling. The Force brought us together.
Finn talking about the Force bringing them together. He sees something, probably the First Order. And then we get this really nice shot, this helicopter or drone shot, or just completely CGI shot for that matter, of, which it is, of Rey running, and just showing the huge landscape, which again, like, it could be Yavin, it could be a new planet, don't know. One thing I will say right off the bat about this trailer and the other trailers for the Last Jedi, or sorry, for the Rise of Skywalker, is that I think this is the nicest looking Disney Star Wars film, and probably Star Wars film in general. Obviously the CGI is going to be improved over the previous ones, but visually, color-wise and stuff, it looks really nice. Last Jedi to me had a very kind of mucky, washed out look. The colors were very gray. The movie had very good cinematography. It was kind of washed out looking. To me, this has a much more vibrant and nice to look at, whereas I don't think that was the case with The Last Jedi. And then right here we get to see just a bunch of Resistance members gathered up. A few recognizable faces. Lando's sitting right there. We have Poe, and I think that's Finn right next to him right there. 3PO. Akbar. Oh wait, he's dead. Rose, Dominic Monaghan's character, and that's Lieutenant, I don't know what her name is, not Leia, Carrie Fisher's daughter. Those horse things can be seen. Orange, X-Wing, kind of a cool color in my opinion. And then we get to see a Rebel blockade runner.
People keep telling me they know me. No one does.
And then Rey facing off against Kylo here. So I think this is probably after she climbs the Death Star, and maybe she's like leaving it. Or this could be when she gets there. It's just, I don't know why they would fight and then all of a sudden they're separated. But I like this shot of him walking out right here. I think the lighting is really cool. It looks a little bit weird with his hair like super soaked. He just looks like a wet dog. I'm hoping his helmet is in this movie a lot, because his new helmet with like the cracked red, it looks awesome. I'm hoping it's not just in a few scenes. Like, I want that to be his appearance in this movie, because I liked his Force Awakens look. I liked his Last Jedi look, but I think his Rise of Skywalker look with the cracked helmet with the red is the coolest look we've had yet. It looks the most badass, especially with the long cape and everything. And I don't know, I just hope that's what they use. And then we get this, what I originally thought was like an island of ice that was reflecting in the water, but it's not. If you look at this, you can clearly see a bunch of stars right here. And then it's not a reflection because those don't match up. So this is like a floating ice island, kind of. I don't know. It's kind of like Cloud City, except just a block of ice. And it looks really cool, but I'm confused and intrigued. I know Zori Bliss's character is supposed to be on some kind of snowy ice planet, and there was that one shot we saw in the first teaser of Lando and Chewie flying, or no, I don't think it was them flying, but there was like an A-Wing or something flying towards a city on some kind of ice planet, so this could be that place. It could be kind of like this, you know, ice, like slow-moving ice comet kind of thing where they, scoundrels hide out. I don't know, that could be kind of cool. So groups are separating. They're probably looking for something because they're going in all different directions. They're not heading to one particular place. And then Palpatine's talking, and we get to see some throne, which looks very Palpatine-y.
Have I waited?
Star Destroyer rising out of the... I think that's the ground. I don't think it's rising out of the water.
And now
Yeah, that's rising out of rocks.
you're coming together.
So I think this is some kind of map or something. I don't know. But all the characters are looking at it when they enter, and then Rey looks at it. More fighting with them, which looks pretty awesome.
Is your undoing.
Yeah, and then that's probably Rey heading towards the Death Star for the first time. Because it's her by herself on that little speeder. And then right here, okay, so we have 3PO getting repaired or not by this little tiny alien dude. Now, I have a prediction here. We don't see Chewie in this shot, so I don't actually think Chewie's in this scene, honestly. I think that's just them making it look like that. But there's Zori. And yeah, if you look right here, look at the shape right there, the back of 3PO's head. There was a photo of Zori Bliss released like a few weeks ago that had her like holding some kind of disc thing right here. I don't know, to me that looks like it would fit in there. So I'm almost wondering if she has like 3PO's old memory, like, because in Revenge of the Sith his memory was wiped. So I'm wondering if Bail Organa or whatever kept, like, you know, the files from his memory to preserve them or whatever when his memory was wiped. So what they're doing is they're basically replacing his current memory with his old one. So in doing so, everything since Revenge of the Sith would be forgotten. Like, everything since the end of the Revenge of the Sith would be forgotten. So I don't think he's dying here, but I think they're basically restoring his old memory so they can find out something, and he's willing to do that. So, like, in the process, he's going to lose his thoughts and forget them. So that's why I'm saying taking one last look at my friends, because he's not going to remember them afterwards, which I think is more sad than him just dying. Like, if he was to just, like, you know, get blown up or something, it wouldn't be as emotional as him basically willingly sacrificing himself to forget about them in order for the good of the galaxy.
3PO?
There's a few droids in here that are obviously recognizable just from the past. If you look right here, you can see, like, the type of one that was working on Luke, like working with Luke in Empire Strikes Back when he was attacked by the Wampa. There's a battle droid right here.
Last look, sir,
Some super battle droid legs.
at my friends.
So yeah, so that part where his eyes were red in the second teaser, that's probably them going through his memory or like rescanning it. So yeah. Yeah, I just Chewie, because right here Chewie's standing behind Poe, but if you look in the other shots,
Look, sir.
Poe first of all has a jacket on here, and he doesn't have a jacket on in the other shots. So yeah, I think that
Taking
they're
one last look,
using
sir,
the old 2 different clips from a different scene trick.
at my friends.
And then they get the music. I like the music in this trailer a lot. So yeah, then we get Chewbacca, Lando, or not Lando, sorry, Chewbacca, Poe, and Finn just attacking some stormtroopers.
Confronting fear is the destiny of a Jedi.
Luke's line about confronting fear. That reminds me a lot of Mad Max. I think it's kind of cool, like the dirt.
Your destiny.
Lando and Chewbacca are united. Some Y-Wings going up against the Star Destroyers. So right here, they're like riding space horses on the Star Destroyers. Now, they're obviously not in space. Kind of an interesting thing. Story lives forever. Yeah, so this is kind of cool because, you know, they're in the like ruins of the room, the throne room. So there's like the old chair and everything. I don't know. I like the idea of that. Although I don't even know if this actually is the chair. It could just be a broken piece. Yeah, I don't actually think that's the chair. But anyways, it looks cool nonetheless. Finn yelling Rey as he always does. Okay, right here. See, that looks sick. That's the look I hope he has. And they're like teamed up here. So I mean, it kind of tells you that Kylo's gonna like be redeemed or at least work with Rey once again, which we kind of all expected. If you slow it down though, that is Vader's helmet. So they're destroying like the Vader shrine. The rest of it, I don't know if it's just the statue, the podium thing that it was standing on that they're destroying, with all the ashes on it and that kind of stuff that Kylo kept. Rey's holding a dagger though, which is interesting. So that'll tie in somehow. Yep, them riding on the destroyer and E-Wings, Kylo, and then Palpatine is laughing at Rey in this big barren snow place. So I don't know. I don't know if this is the ice place that we saw earlier, or if it's a different location. Now with Palpatine, he is honestly I think the one thing I'm the most worried about, as I think it is with most people going into this movie, is how they're going to handle Palpatine. Because if he just survived the Death Star fall from Return of the Jedi, I don't like the idea of that. Because to me, that's extreme retconning. I'm okay with the idea of like, you know, some kind of Force ability where he can live on some kind of spirit and then maybe like possess a different host or something, and then over the course of the movie looks more and more like how he used to. I'm fine with the idea of that. I just don't want a scenario where Palpatine basically survived the fall and he's on some kind of life preserver thing, like whatever this stuff is. To me, that's just retconning, and it would kind of undo Vader's arc in a way, and I wouldn't be a fan of that, so we'll see. That's just the one thing I'm the most worried about. And then
The Force will be with you. Always.
yeah, Rey right here, you know, with the lightsaber ignited, crying. So yeah, there you go. That's kind of my analyzation for you. I think it's an awesome trailer, personally. I think it gets me excited. I'm looking forward to the movie a ton. I'm slightly worried about the Palpatine thing. Not even just slightly, I'm pretty worried. But I don't know, we'll see. I'm very excited for the movie though. I think it'll be good. Hoping it'll be fantastic. We'll see. But yeah, there you go. So those are my thoughts on the trailer. What did you guys think of it? Down below, let me know. But yeah, bye. Wrong button.